was 15 years old when my dad told me that it's high time I acted like a man, or else I'll have to leave his household. As a young child, I always felt like a girl, and I did all things little girls did. I used to love putting on dresses, playing with dolls, makeup, and play with girls and cooking. So I remember when I started go to school, I was called a lot of weird names like Sissy, girl boy, among others. I would often ask myself, why was I born like this? Why is society against me? And deep inside, I always felt like I was born in a wrong body. So for a long time, I couldn't look in a mirror because I felt like the person looking back was not me. Rather, it was a strange, ugly person I didn't know. After my father told me to start acting like a man, I tried for a month. I really tried to fit in the format, dress like a man, play with other boys, and act like a boy. But there was no sense of happiness in me, and that didn't last for so long. So my father beat me and chased me away from home when I was 16. The last thing he told me was, society is saying you're a curse. I've failed to tame you. I'm really ashamed of you, and I can't keep you under my roof for you to spoil my other kids. My mom loves me and accepts me, although she thinks I'm gay. After leaving home, a trans friend took me in. She was the only other trans person I'd ever known. I struggled to make money. I struggled to contribute. I wanted to go back to school. So I tried looking for a part-time job. But whenever any potential employers found out I was a trans person, I was denied a job. They would ask questions like, are you a man or a woman? I ended up doing sex work to support myself. I remember around this time, I started meeting other people in the LGBTI community. I attended various meetings. Every time I went, I met more people like me. This stunned me. All these years, I felt completely and utterly alone. And now I was able to connect with a community who understood my story, my pain, and my suffering. They became my family. They made me feel like I deserved to live and I had something to contribute to the world. I found my true calling in life, and that's to help others like me to feel empowered and vital. There are a lot of young trans people who face violence and discrimination based on sexual orientation and gender identity on a daily basis. So I've decided to be a voice for the voiceless, and I established Trans Youth Initiative Uganda, a community-based organization that advocates for the rights of transgender and gender diverse people. Transgender youth communities in Uganda experience stigma, discrimination, violence, criminalization, and transphobia while seeking HIV services. Stigma and discrimination already experienced by transgender youth communities has even worsened when accessing HIV-related services in Uganda during the COVID-19 era. Containment measures have introduced an added barrier, constrained and interrupted access to HIV treatment, preventative care services such as PrEP, condoms, and treatment adherence support, information of COVID-19, relubricants, STI treatment, hormonal treatment, and gender affirming treatment among transgender youth and gender diverse youth. Furthermore, trans people in Uganda are unable to walk long distances to congested healthcare facilities in fear of discrimination and violence, since they are labeled as the vectors of coronavirus, and most of them are missing out on their art refills and prep refills. Suspension of gathering has also had an impact on the monthly HIV outreaches we used to conduct to provide HIV prevention care treatment to transgender youth and gender diverse youth. And this could lower, yield, and reverse the gains already made in the HIV response among transgender communities in Uganda. During this threatening period, the fights against COVID-19, HIV, TB, and malaria are one and the same fight. If we don't help the world's poorest and most vulnerable countries fight COVID-19 now, then other deadly diseases like HIV, TB, and malaria, and related horrors like poverty and child malnutrition will come raging back, and deaths will skyrocket. Unite to fight. So as I conclude, I will leave you with a quote that says, "If they don't give you a seat at the table, bring a folding chair." The above quote has helped me find my voice as an activist and has managed to invade in spaces the others could not allow me to be part of. Thank you. The future I want is a future that meaningfully engages young people of all diversities in national laws, policies, and processes.